Hi vlog. Today is Friday, March 20th. This video is going to be so long and I'm going to take so long to post it because we're obviously starting this in March, but my lease does not end until September 30th. But today we are touring a few apartments. Obviously they might not be available by the time I'm actually ready to move out, but that does not mean we're not going to start touring and figuring out what is the area we want to live in. What are we looking for? What are we scoping out? I am filming this after I just toured the first apartment. I toured 2 units in this building. It is in uptown Minneapolis. This would be my first time actually moving more towards like the city area. I've always pretty much since I've been older lived in the suburbs. So the apartment that I'm currently in is 800 square feet, and then the deal that I got when I first moved in is that my rent was going to be $1,406. Not bad, right? Technically I'm in a studio unit, but it's like has a sliding door, so it's considered an alcove, but it's technically a studio. I do love my apartment, but we got new management and I've been looking at how they're listing new apartments, and they're listing apartments that are at $100 and so more than the apartment I'm in, and it's like it's not that big of a deal. I still can afford it, but it's like, do I really want to live in the same place for another year when I can go like try more stuff? I want to try more stuff. The requirements for the apartment that I am looking for is I need a washer and dryer. Hands down, I need a washer and dryer. I prefer hardwood floors. I want it to have a gym. I need an apartment gym that's, worth going to. Dishwasher. I love a good dishwasher. I need a dishwasher. Preferably, I would want the square footage to be 730 or more. I feel like my current apartment isn't that big, and if I can find something even bigger than 800 square feet, I will 100% get it. Another requirement is I love a good balcony. I would love a balcony. And then last but not least, I need it to be like walkable area. Like I can walk outside and not worry about like me getting snatched up, Very important. I have Prince now, so, outside is like something I definitely have to consider now. This first apartment that I just toured, I toured 2 units in here. Insert the footage. This was the first unit I toured. This was the bathroom. It did not have a tub. The window in there also didn't open. This was the office space in here. This unit that I toured was occupied and they were given a notice, but I guess they didn't want to clean it. So there's the microwave, as you can see. The kitchen had like a couple of counters. That was the, entrance of the loft. Yeah, so this was the living room space. It's kind of hard to see with like people's stuff everywhere, but this was the backyard. This apartment did not come with parking. Those 2 windows on the side, I believe, opened, but not very much, if at all. This one did not have a balcony, but I, had thought it did, based on the pictures, but as you can see, that's how much the window opens here. And that was the view of the loft. So coming upstairs to the loft, it had a pretty nice view. The bedroom wasn't too big. I do feel bad like that there's people's stuff everywhere, but I mean they weren't not aware. So it was pretty bright, open, had a lot of space. The washer and dryer was in the bedroom, and then to the left of the washer and dryer it had like a little bit of closet space, not a lot. Yeah, so that's the view. The second apartment that I toured, this one was a bit smaller. This was the first bedroom, and that was the closet space in there. And then directly entering to the left was the washer and dryer of the apartment. And then the bathroom was a little bit bigger feeling to me. The people in this unit, it was occupied as well, but they were moving out, so it didn't have a bathtub, and I think the window in the bathroom maybe opened a little bit. Not sure how much. It wasn't open when I got there. But it didn't have a lot of like counter space in the bathroom, which I'm not like used to. There's the front door. This was the hallway to the apartment. It had like a little closet with some storage space in there. And then this was the living room and kitchen. That big window in the middle didn't open. The side window, that one also did not open. It had a nice walking area though, as I'll talk about a little bit later. And that little skinny window right there did open a little bit. No balcony again. There's several major downsides with this one. This one's for sure a no-go. Like, I will be honest right now. This one is in Uptown, like I said. So I guess it does have hardwood floors. It does have a dishwasher. They both have a washer and dryer, and I really liked how the loft looked. Like, windows, there's good lighting in there, fine. You know, I hate a dark house, but the windows don't open all the way or at all. Like in that second unit, only that one window opened that I talked about with you guys, and you know, it felt hot. Like, it felt like stuffy in there. Like, I don't want to have to constantly like run the air for it not to feel like stuffy as hell. And it also didn't have a balcony, but there's no parking. You'd have to park on the street every day. Fight for your life to park, you know. And Minnesota winters do not play, so I can't imagine fighting for my life for parking, having to figure out where to move my car when they're gonna plow. It just, you know, like, just me coming for this tour right now, I'm fighting for my life. Like, I'm still sitting here right now because I might have to walk to the next one. And then I'm looking at the other side of the street. It's packed. So this one's a no-go. I do like the area. It's very walkable. Let me get a quick video for you guys. I like that about it. Like, the area is not bad. It's not bad. Like, I cannot complain about the area. But I'm not a fan. And there's no gym. Like, I don't know. I was excited because I seen a loft and I thought it was in my price range. So I was like, oh, let me go tour it. But no. And if I'm honest, like, being picky, I would love to be in a loft. And I am, you know, willing to pay a little bit more just so I can have this experience. But yeah, I'm 5'8", my boyfriend's 6'6", my dog is 13 pounds, but he's as tall as a toddler. We would all be on top of each other whenever he came over. It's unfortunate, but, you know, I'm glad I'm, you know, getting this out the way and figuring out what I like and what I don't like so early ahead of time, so I'm not scrambling come September. And who knows, I might not even move if they don't raise my rent. Stupid. But I'm really moving towards, I want to be in an area more with people my age, and maybe that'll help me like branch out and make more friends and stuff, because that's a big goal of mine this year, is to make some more friends. So on to the second one. And this is post apartment tour 2 and 3. Starting off, let me look at my notes because I was taking notes as I was there. It was insanely difficult to find the front door. Like, I literally walked around that entire building. Insert the clip. The building is huge, okay? So, off the bat, where is it? Ghetto leasing office. I finally get in there, and they act like it's an inconvenience that I'm there. I scheduled this apartment tour days ago. It was confirmed. It was accepted. You know, like, I'm low-key, I can't even front with you guys, like, I'm low-key in a bad mood, but I'm going to get my real raw reaction. If I couldn't even record when I first came out of there, I had an hour in between the second and third one, and I was so irritated I couldn't even record. I get in there, she's like, there's a tour? Like, mind you, that's not even the worst part about it. When I walked in there, Nobody was like anywhere to be seen to greet me, right? Like, I'm not saying drop dead, like get the fuck up, you know, when I'm coming. I had to walk in the office and go in someone's smaller little room office for just to speak to anybody with her sitting there. She's like, "Yeah, hi. I'm double booked. I'm trying to see where the leasing agent is. You can't help me?" Like, and then so I'm sitting there. This tour was scheduled at 2:30. It was 2:41 and I was still sitting there. Nobody had said anything to me. I watched two people walk out of the office and close the door all the way. And I'm just like, I call my mom. Of course, she doesn't answer the phone. I ended up waiting like 15, 20 minutes and nobody like ever came back to talk to me. So I gave up. I had to get out, or I left and walked all the way back around the building. Extremely ghetto, didn't even see an apartment. So that's automatically off my list, because it's like, if you can't be professional for a tour, I highly doubt you're going to be professional in my time living there. So that's another no. My favorite apartment that I've seen today, I actually got to tour 3 units in that one, all 1 bed, 1 baths. The first one that I'm showing you guys that one was, I want to say 700 or 800 square feet. Or I think it was 730 something. That one is 1800. It was so pretty. I loved how bright it was. My vibe. Like, let me watch this video as I'm talking to you guys so I know what I'm saying. That one was 1800 though. That's definitely out of my budget. But look at the balcony. The balcony is so beautiful. I loved how wide and just tall the balcony seemed. It had a beautiful view. Unfortunately, that one was leased out already. The window in the bedroom sold me. I loved that. Another thing that I really do like, that I'm starting to realize, is I really like how the closet connects to the bathroom. I really do like that. I know some people don't like it, but I honestly am a big fan of the washer and dryer being in the closet. I feel like it makes it a lot simpler for me. The little nook would be a perfect little work from home space for me. Like, I wouldn't even have to buy a desk. That one, I was a big fan of that one. Second unit that I seen in that building, that one was a bit smaller. It was going for 1300 something. I hated the carpet in the first one that I seen. It felt really small. And I believe the square footage in that one was around 500 something. It definitely felt a little less open, but it still felt open with like the extra window and how big the balcony is. So that one was still a no-go for me, but I did really like that second one. And then the third one that I seen was another 500 square feet, 1 bed that I seen. But I like the carpet. I'm not really a big fan of that little random window in between the wall. And, you know, like, it just seems like stupid. Like, it's almost like my apartment, but not. you know, my current apartment, but not. So I'm like, it's kind of feeling like an alcove, but it's not. You know, you guys, I'm not a fan of going from what I'm currently 800 to 500. You know, like, I'm not a fan. Definitely had a lot of perks, you know. Let's talk about the amenities. So not only did it have 2 community like rooms, which are really pretty, you know, maybe when I have some friends, that'll be something that I like care about a little bit more. But I really liked the little library room. Like, I don't know what that was called. I think it literally on outside of the door it said library, and it had like a little like egg swing and like books. Like, it just was so chill. It was hot in there though. I was a fan of that building. Oh, another thing. I was a fan of that building, but parking was $150. Yeah. It did connect to an Aldi's. Like, you could use a stairwell to walk to Aldi's and then go back up the stairs to your apartment without ever having to step outside. And I was like, oh, I do like that. You know, I'm a girl of convenience. Oh, I was a fan of that one, but I'm not a fan of $1,800. Plus 150, I would be looking at probably $2,000 a month after utilities. That's a no-go, you guys. I'm not willing to live above my means just to say I moved an apartment. So, unfortunately, today's apartment shopping was a bust, but I did learn a lot of things. I did learn that I am absolutely most likely not willing to compromise on anything. Not willing to compromise. Like, worst come to worst, I will go live with my parents. Like, I don't need this. Like, this is just like optional. Like, this is fun for me. I'm blessed that this is like just something I can do. You know, like, this is just something for fun. Like, I don't have to live in an apartment. I can go home anytime. You know, like, I have, you know, so it's like, why would I go pay for something that I'm, you know, this is just supposed to be for fun. So we'll hopefully, I'm gonna get online and do some more searching, and hopefully we will find our dream apartment. Bye, guys. Hi, Vloggy. We're here with another apartment tour. Today is April 6th. So we're in a new location. We're in Maple Grove today. About 8 minutes from the Maple Grove Shopping Center. So that's pretty good, actually. It has like a lot of like restaurants and like stores over there. I should have started recording from like the moment that I walked in there. Just to like catch the vibe of the leasing office, because that also kind of matters to me, you know, how they handle like complaints and stuff like that. The lady was a little bit rude. Like, it just kind of felt like she didn't care to show me the apartment. Like, I understand I'm not moving till September, but I still could potentially be moving in. Another thing that I wanted to mention is she didn't show me any of the amenities. Like, I left and I was thinking, like, wait, do they have a gym? Like, do they have a community room? Do they have, like, an outside area? Like, I literally didn't know. Like, she showed me one apartment, and I'm muting the audio for, like, all the apartment tours. You walk in the apartment, and I had asked a question. She literally started answering it, and then she seen that I was recording, and then she just stopped talking. You know, like, I'm trying to make small talk, like, I'm walking in there, I'm talking about I work from home, and she just doesn't respond, and I just, you know, like, she didn't even show me the mailroom. So, like, that's another thing that I'm kind of having a hard time with these people, is, like, they'll confirm that I'll be seeing, like, a 1-bed, 1-bath, and then I'll come and they'll be like, oh, we only have, like, this unit that doesn't have a washer and dryer, that's a 2-bed and has a different finish than the unit you're gonna be in, or that you asked to see. So it's like, stop confirming my tours then, please, and I'll just like reschedule with you guys later. Didn't really like her vibe. Like, she didn't even like show me like where the the mail room, like, yes, it was like kind of in the entryway, but like she didn't explain it. Like, there was like a whole room, and I was like curious about it, but she was like rushing kind of me through the tour. She was like, oh, I had you down for 2, because the tour, I looked at the email before I came, it was scheduled for 2:30. I think she was trying to say she had me down for like 2:20. Okay, like, that did not piss you off that bad, but I looked at the email before I left and it was confirmed for 2:30. She was like trying to act like my questions were kind of like an inconvenience, because I was telling her that a washer and dryer is like a must for me. Like, I'm not gonna move somewhere without a washer and dryer. So unfortunately, my like ideal unit at this place was 908 square feet, and it was like 15. It was listed at 1523. Unfortunately, this place has like several little buildings. I'll try and take a video as I'm leaving, and all the buildings like across from the leasing office don't have a washer and dryer in it. It's heartbreaking, because otherwise they're literally fucking perfect, but no. So all these units in this like building behind me, I'm sitting here doing the fucking review, you have a washer and dryer in it. So they didn't even have a 1-bed to show me. So I'm like, okay. But I guess the in this building, luckily, all the finishes were the same. So I at least got to see like what it would look like. And then another thing that I have a problem with these, they will list a price. So this unit that I just toured was listed online at like $1,525. Like, again, as the same as the bigger, slightly bigger one. 808 square feet. When I come today, she tells me this one's available in June, and it's $1,605. Why is it always different when I come in person? Like, why is it always changing? I didn't even ask her about that, because I didn't like her vibe or her attitude when I came in there. This building's like most likely a no, so that's why I'm like gonna, not talk. I mean, maybe it's not. I'm gonna come back in. I do think this is worth touring again closer to my time, just in case I can see a unit, because I don't mind. The area in the building is like nice, but the hallways were like kind of dark. You didn't really go through like the lobby area at all with me. I took a video anyways. I didn't care. I mean, she's not gonna explain it, so I'm gonna record it. All the units in this place also have a fireplace, which is, I've never seen an apartment that like wasn't like for real, like a condo have a fireplace. I don't really know what I would do with a fireplace. I don't know if I'd feel necessarily safe lighting it up, in an apartment building. Yeah, but the layout in that one, I feel like the wall by the kitchen kind of like closed the whole space off. It didn't really feel like open. I really like that about my place, is how open it feels. I think that's something that's like common in all the units. Let me I'll do like a close up for you guys. I'm going to take a picture of this, like their different apartment layouts. But that's like a theme with all the kitchens, is that it has like a wall. That's like, I would like a more open apartment. Oh my god, the bathroom, I don't know if that was just because it was a 2-bed, but the bathrooms were so small. Like, there's no way in hell that I would live there with another person. Like, we would be literally on top of each other if me and my boyfriend lived there. The first bedroom was so small. I don't know how they can consider that like a bedroom, just because it has a window in it, I guess, but it was so small. And then they had the nerve to put the washer and dryer in the bathroom. Like, bro, I'm 5'8". Like, I would not be able to sit on the toilet comfortably and, like, put my legs down, because I feel like I'd be, like, I physically wouldn't be able to. I'd be hitting the washer and dryer. And the second bathroom was even smaller. Like, they had the nerve to, like, I mean, I do love a bathroom that has, like, a separate toilet where you can close the door, because that, you know, the toilet grosses me out. But it was just so small that I just, like, you wouldn't even be able to do a full circle in the bathroom. Like, if you needed to spin around, just if you wanted to, you couldn't spin around in that bathroom. I wouldn't be able to put my arm out without hitting the wall or hitting the shower or hitting the mirror or hitting the counter. And then the little, what's it called that the sink sits on in the bathroom? Like, just that little, not an island, I don't know what it's called, but that was so small. And it's crazy because it seems like it would be such a big apartment. I have an 800 square foot apartment right now, and that one that we just toured was like 1,000 something. It felt like it was, I don't even know if it felt like it was bigger than my apartment. It felt way too small for me, you guys. Like, I hated it, and that was the 2-bed. So I really can't imagine how the 1-bed's gonna feel. I don't know. And then, oh my god, and then most of the units, I tried to, like, get it on camera. Hopefully I caught it. Most of the units in there had carpet in the living room. I don't mind carpet in the bedroom at all. That's never something that's bugged me. I have that right now. But in the living room, y'all, I did not like that. And she said most of the units in there have carpet in the living room. I don't know, lady. I don't know. I think, honestly, I really think her attitude kind of, like, put me off the apartment. Like, to be perfectly honest with you guys. As I was really excited about this one, but maybe I'll tour it again. But I don't know if it's somewhere I genuinely want to live. Like, I feel like I almost might be wasting my time if I came back here to look at an apartment again. But glad I'm starting this search early, because it honestly is pretty discouraging so far. I don't think I've seen one apartment yet that I would move for. Not one yet. And that's just like, damn, like, I don't know. And I'm trying not to get stressed out, because I have so much time and there's nothing to stress about. I'm getting stressed. And it's like, imagine I do all this and I don't even end up moving. I don't know, guys. The search continues.